I'm just so excited for what is in this box. But I want to preface it by saying I am not a Lego person. I don't know the culture. I'm not in it. I don't know the history. I don't understand things. I've bought a few sets recently. When I was a kid, I had somehow acquired a large tub of Lego, and I don't know who gave it to me or where it came from or what sets were included in the tub, but I was fortunate enough to be gifted a large tub of Lego. So I played with Lego a lot. And I built all kinds of like freestyle things, but I never had sets. I had one Lego set, and I didn't remember what the Lego set was. I just remembered one single piece, and it was not the base plate. I don't know what you call it, but I knew that it was some sort of spaceship that flew, and I remember the outline of the spaceship was like on one big huge, I don't know what you call it, but like the base of the spaceship. So I got on Bricklink, found the part, and I was scrolling through all the sets that had that part included in it, and I couldn't picture the Lego set in my mind, but I was like, I'll know it when I see it, right? I'll know it when I see it. I'll know it. So I'm scrolling. Ooh, when I saw it, sure enough, it hit me in the chest. It's pretty iconic. It's pretty distinct. And that was the only set I ever had. I remember putting it together. I remember playing with it and modifying it, changing it up. I remember the minifigs. And I don't know whatever happened to it. You know, I grew up. That's what happens. You lose your Lego. But I found it online. And I'm going to open it right now. So anyways, I bought it off of Bricklink, which, you know, I've never done that before, obviously, but it was perfectly good. Great set. Enjoy, he says. The dude. I think come on, it's a pretty good community, I think. Okay. Holy cow. It has the box. It's complete. The instructions are in here too. Holy cow. You can kind of see it, I guess. There it is. Iconic. It's set 6915. Little bit of warping on the box, you can see. Oop. Yeah, a little bit of warping on the box. It's opened, of course. A little bit of water damage, but he told me about that. He told me I don't care about the box. I'm not reselling it or anything. It's so nostalgic to see the box. He's got it all bagged up for me. Oh. The minifig, all of the printed pieces there, and in classic Lego dude style, he's got it in a page protector. So, oh my gosh, I remember this book. Like, literally remember the green on the back. I focused so hard to do this. This came out in 1997. I'm pretty sure I remember buying it from Target, and so it must have been 1997 or 1998. I'm not 100% sure. But anyways, I'm going to build it right now. So, here we go. I'm so full of joy. I think that took around 45 minutes. That was so fun. This just brought so much joy to me in my life. Look at this thing. I have a lot to say. There's so many parts of this that like I just intimately remember. Like, you put these 3 engines on close to the end. I remember some of the last steps more distinctly than some of the first steps, because I don't know. I mean, I don't know why, but probably just because it's like you're almost done. And you get a little bit excited when you're at that point. But look under here. These are little rockets. The detail that they put into these things. I always thought that these were little ladders so that the guys can climb up here and work on the engine. What do you think these were for? I never knew what these were for. But that's where they put them. You can come up with so many different things. Look at the print. Look at the printed pieces. Printed pieces. An artifact of the past. Man, I'm so stoked on this. It's held up by these little landing pods, or little landing pads. Some of the playability with this thing is just so unique. Like, I want to be able to show you. First of all, this minifig is so sick. Come out. Oops, I ripped his body in half. Look at that. Look at this guy. Look at his brain. If you had the set when you were a kid, you remember the brain through his helmet. Oh, so crazy. And then his little face, he's an alien. Look at that guy. He's the captain. And so he sits at the front. There's one more minifig and he sits in the back, kind of. You've got to scoot this thing up. And then you can see this opens. And you've got this little guy in here. He looks so cool. They're almost like little cyborgs. Like, this guy looks like he has computer parts to him. So anyways, he sits in the back, enclosed in this little thing. Can you hear the squeaking? I'll talk about that in a minute. But yeah, so the little stickers are so cool. I remember making up what this was in my head. This little thing goes up and down. I've got to show you this. I just totally forgot about this. Inside the cockpit and behind the captain, if you take the captain out, I ripped his pants off again. Behind the captain's chair, you have this little door, and you store 2 tiny little tiles. What are they? What is in the data? What is in these little files? This is some sort of secret alien knowledge? That's what I used to think, like, because he was kind of guarding them in the center of the ship. Oh, I think that is just so fun. I had so much fun with that. This is my first experience building a set that isn't fresh out of the factory and is almost 30 years old. Nowadays, I mean, when I was building the Taj Mahal, click, 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 click. Everything just clicks perfect and it's hard to get apart. These, I don't know if it's wear or improvement of the bricks. Likely both. But yeah, the clutch power is just a little bit different. Some of them's a little delicate. There's a couple pieces that like literally, like these little rockets that attach to this back. They're just like, they just like come off. I'm probably going to end up trying to reinforce this somehow, either with another little like one circle piece or glue. This one too, like just very clearly, easily comes off. That's fine. You know, this is going on a shelf. I'm not going to play with this. Oh, and another thing, like, likely involved in the improvement of Lego over time, the instructions. Oh my god, the instructions are so different from more modern instructions because it really is just a game. Maybe they didn't want to print a bunch of papers, but like some of the books, the Taj Mahal book is this thick, and not just because it's over 2,000 pieces. I think it's because a lot of times you're only putting one brick at a time at a whole step. These, you've got to take, you've got to look at this, do the thing, but also check and make sure that this is what it looks like. You're comparing yours to this one because they might have added this and not said anything about it. Then when you move on to this one, yeah, okay, sure, put the red brick in, but is there any other differences between here and here? I'm looking. Yes. Can you see it? You've got to be able to catch it. These are not here and here in that first step. So you've got to add these, and they don't tell you to add them. So, as a kid doing that, you gotta have your wits about you when you're putting together your Lego. So, anyways, I thought that was a funny little difference between a retro set and a new set. They're just, like, making it easier for us, I guess. But back in the day, we had to use our brains a little bit more with the building of these things. Anyways, this was so fun. I gotta figure out where I'm gonna put it. Thanks for watching. If you know me in real life, you're thinking, Leanna's building Legos on YouTube. She's really lost her marbles. If this is something that you want to do, find the Lego set from your childhood. Highly suggest getting on Bricklink. Try to remember a piece from the set. Look at all the sets that piece was involved in, and you can find the set that you had when you were a kid. Somebody is selling it. Whether they're selling it on Bricklink or they're selling it on eBay, you can find your set. Buy it, put it together, and put it somewhere in your grown-up house to remind you of those times when we were kids being creative and having a good time. Okay, thanks for watching. This was super random for me, but go find that Lego set that you had when you were a kid and put together, and I bet it'll brighten your day.